Hello, and welcome to States of Chaos. We are back for a second.
And it's definitely been an interesting 10 months since we've been on air.
Yes, that's right, Ken. A lot has happened. Hollywood has shut down completely with actors and writers on strike.
And it's not just Hollywood. In a show of solidarity, our own writers walked out of production.
Yes, luckily though, Griffith had their very own timetables locked away in the basements of Nathan campus, who have been able to feed pages under the door crack they use for air.
Yes, well, at least Griffith offers opportunities to kids under 12.
Yes, well, with 5 shows of Chaos to produce, they should have their work cut out for them. They can sleep when they're dead, I guess.
And speaking of dead, celebrities dying en masse this year.
Yes, a wave of misfortune has swept across society's elite, unparalleled since the French Revolution. Who we killed this year?
Oh, well, Tina Turner hit the burner, from rags to riches to body bags. Tony Bennett also left us. Even longtime friend of the show, Jerry. I married your dad, but want you back, Springer. Went tits up in April this year.
It's really hard to think who the American trash will turn to for entertainment now.
Also passing away recently was States of Chaos Series 1 longtime collaborator and censor, Boff, the Boff and Boffenheimer.
Yeah, it's very sad, very sad. Explains how we got renewed for a second run.
Yes, well, the secret is we're going to get him eventually. But also joining us tonight, straight from the West End Food Bank, Chaos Symphony soloist, Zeph. Zeph, you must be hard-pressed for gigs at the moment, mate.
Actually, not really. This is the week of the big fight, the battle, so I'm getting myself in shape for that, but it's great to be here.
And we can't forget the rest of the States of Chaos housemates, Kieran, Sarah, Tam and China, joining us tonight.
Yes, welcome to you all. I hope you enjoy your stay with us for Season 2 of States of Chaos. And now, onto a brand new segment that we do have in States 2.0, That Skit. As our cast tackle the wonderful world of video sketches. And tonight I believe that you and Sammy, you're going to the movies?
Yes, that is correct, that is correct. Holy shit. Dude, I don't know about you, man, but that Toby McGuire sure kicks some ass.
Look, it's great, but as a film major, I think there are some pretty glaringly obvious plot holes.
Like, come on, man. You always do this. Not everything has to be Goodfellas or Pulp Fiction, you know? Like, come on, dude. It's a fella who wears red spandex and jizzes out of his fucking wrist. Like, come on.
So much was so unrealistic. The robbery scene was a bit far-fetched, don't you think? No one is that oblivious to what's going on around them. Sorry, mate.
So you really think that would never happen in real life?
As if you would ever just let a criminal escape in an elevator. I just think it could have been written better. Sorry, what? What was it, mate?
Just ground, mate. Yep, just ground. See you, chump.
Did you really think that would never happen in real life?
Not in a million years.
Hello everyone and welcome to Roast of the Week, the segment where we overcook the news like your mum's Sunday dinner.
Yeah, but this is no slow roast, I'm afraid, and since it's our first episode back, let's crank up the heat on our first subject, the Commonwealth Games.
Yes, last week Dan Andrews canned the Commonwealth Games 3 years before it even started.
How about that? A record for finishing fast. Sorry, short-lived plan.
Well, not quite. This week I crunched some numbers and found Melbourne's plans to host the Games lasted longer than a few things.
Such as, Kieran?
Well, I've kept track of a list of things in the game plan that they lasted longer than. Coolio, Epstein's prison sentence, and an Ocean Gate ride.
Okay, let me stop you there. We don't need to be making enemies with the wrong people, and besides, it was a big week for billionaires. While a group of them were hanging out with Harold Holt, Virgin Galactic won the Best Timing Award by sending another group of billionaires into outer space.
Yes, Virgin will now run 3 return flights a week from outer space to the 1% Club's true destination of choice, the Epstein Isles. And China, did you see what's washed up on the West Australian beaches last week?
Passengers of the missing MH370 flight?
Oh, well, close. But it seems a spacecraft has beached itself on the shores of Greenhead.
Virgin Galactic already having issues.
No. This one is an old Indian spacecraft.
That's right, the Darjeeling Galactic, and I've heard a 7-Eleven has already set up shop beside it.
No, I don't think that's quite true, but what is on track to be true is the new Oppenheimer movie, set to break records this week.
That's right, Oppenheimer is set to break the record for the biggest on-screen bomb, taking the crown from last month's release of The Flash.
If there's one thing Warner Brothers knows how to do, it's handle a bomb.
Talking about bombs, Kieran, the Logies were on this last weekend. Did you happen to catch it?
No.
Yeah, neither did anyone else, which seems to also be the case for any news network, picking up the revelation last week from the US that aliens do in fact exist and have for decades been a part of an international cover-up.
Well, they cover them up in the US, and here in Australia we give them golden logies. Well done, Sonia.
Yeah, and on that note, we now turn to our famed handy DIY expert, Tyler, in our crappy DIY segment. Tyler is our go-to jack of all trades, 16-year-old man of many talents, master of none. With the rising costs and mo bitches going mo broke, tonight, Tyler tackles baking on a budget.
Good evening, States of Chaos fam. My name is Tyler, and tonight I am your host for Crappy DIY. And today we are making a dessert for all you broke ass bitches. There's stuff missing on this recipe.
No, that's the recipe.
Alright, let's begin. We're going to start off with the dry ingredients first. Oh yeah, that's putting me out. Now we're going to start getting more with the wet ingredients. And now we mix. After mixing them for a little bit, quite a bit of milk. Don't know the exact measurement, we're going to wing it. It's so milky. Beautiful. We're going to add 100,000s. It looks like shit after a little kid's birthday party. What you got to remember is that when cooking gets messy, that means you're doing it right. Oh shit, yeah, no, that kind of spilt a little. Now, we're just going to pop these in. Wonderful. Perfect. Icing. Shit, how do you make icing? And scoosh. That's not bad. That mixes. Now with this, we're gonna add some red food coloring. How much does it recommend to it? I don't know. A capful should be good. Wow, it looks like I've just sacrificed a newborn baby. All right, so now they look like a nice golden brown color. Oh shit! Those look beautiful. We're gonna do the decorating. We're gonna pull the cupcake out. Gonna get our icing sugar. Dip it. This is Tyler's cupcake. You see, it's not actually half bad. But that is all that we have time for today. Back to the studio.
Welcome back to a brand new segment in the Chaos world, the Chaos Review. And today's review couldn't get any hotter off the press. What are we reviewing tonight, Sam? Some proper spicy shit, Sarah. In our first review, Too Hot to Handle, now we were warned by the producers that we were literally going to shit our pants. And our mouths may be on fire. Our producers have provided us with a range of cooling foods. Yes, because tonight we will attempt to give an in-depth review, thank you, on the so-called hottest chip available to the public, the world's hottest corn chip. Are you game, Sam? Well, tonight I hope to be shitting blood through the eye of a needle, that's for sure. All right, now I've got to warn the audience, I have watched a lot of the, I forgot what it's called, that chicken one, that YouTube show. Thank you. Oh no, I think I'm going to go with this piece. I don't like that one either. I'm going to go with this one. Prepared. Ready? 1,
Cheers.
2, cheers. Oh, mine's bigger than yours. Oh, mate, I can handle hot stuff. Now, holy shit. That's instant. Oh my god. Now they look like Doritos. But holy fuck. That is instant shit taste that they give you. I'm not going to get a date tonight because I'm an insensitive bastard. Now the producers told us it wouldn't be this hot straight away, but holy fuck.
They say that you lose your spicy, after eating too much spice, you lose your sense of taste, and like, I'll be listening to Kylie Minogue tonight for sure now.
The gays are coming for you tonight over that.
Still burning down my throat.
If you like spice, check this out.
Well, that sure as shit is the hottest chip I've ever gonna have to shit out in the morning.
I've had hotter.
From shit to shit hot before my internal organs were burnt, I found Marcus Ravick, award-winning celebrity and food industry photographer on the Griffith University campus at States of Chaos. We figure we can have interviews wherever we want. So join me tonight in an interview in an elevator.
Welcome to Meeting to the Chaos. My name is Tam Robertson, and I've heard rumours that Marcus Ravick is here on campus today. We're hoping to catch a few words with him. He's a famous food and lifestyle photographer. And here we go. Somebody's coming into the elevator right now, as we speak. And it's Marcus. Hi, Marcus.
Hey.
How are you today?
Good. Who are you?
We just want to ask you a couple of questions.
I guess.
Great, okay. And your career as a concert photographer, can you tell me about a funny moment that you had on concert?
Yeah, I guess the first one that springs to mind is Insane Clown Posse. They used to shower their crowds with Faygo, which is their sort of their soft drink, and they did it in Australia but with Coke, and then they feathered everyone, and I was in the crowd and went all over my gear, and I had to clean it afterwards, and everything was all sticky, and it was just kind of gross. But that was probably the most, I got a good photo out of it, but that was the most crazy one that springs to mind.
I'm glad you got a photo. I'm really interested. Does food have emotions when you photograph it? How does it feel?
If I had to guess, scared. Yeah.
Why?
Oh, because it's going to get eaten or thrown out.
Would you rather be eaten or thrown out?
Eaten.
Eaten?
Yeah.
Eating's good. Most photographers have done foods and nudes. I have to ask you, have you?
I haven't done nudes for a long time. Very early on, I did a handful, but that was partly when I was studying.
So you know there's a lot of new technology. You can go yourself nude and go selfie, beep, beep, beep. You
No,
know
I'm
that?
good. No, I'm good, thanks.
No nudes in the shower?
No. Never shared a nude in my life.
Oh, that's a bit of a letdown. Anyway, none of those on the screen, obviously, for tonight. Eat me?
Yeah.
Eat you?
Yeah, I love eating meat, just not seafood. Yeah.
Why not? Does it smell?
Yeah, it smells, and I don't know, I just don't like it, especially around Brisbane. I don't want to eat stuff coming out of Brisbane River.
That's about all we have time for today, Marcus. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. See you around, I guess.
Thank you. And you can catch us around Brisbane searching for more celebrities. Back to you, studio.
Well, joining the latest trend of TikTok dances and babies vaping is the newest movement of youth crime. From selling pirated movies on the streets of Caboolture to carjackings and stabbings in the North Lakes, youth crime is a topic broadly debated in Parliament and on the streets. Join us tonight as we enter our Chaos Deep Dive. Now, how many of you guys have ever committed a string of armed robberies? What about spray painting giant dicks on the sides of buildings? Unless you're Banksy, I'm going to assume that universal answer is no. But according to fear-mongering politicians, 6 people in this room right now are doing it. Yes, a true vandal. The Australian Bureau of Statistics also states that 45,000 offenders were prosecuted by the police in 2022. That means 12.24% of all crime was young people bashing old women in the streets of Cairns. Whilst the number of offenders has decreased slightly from 2021, the true number is still shockingly high, which is crazy because at the age of 15, I was too busy jerking off every spare second I had. Unlike the wake-depraved teens who posted a video waving guns followed by a busy night of armed robberies and carjackings, that proving that even though their mothers told them they wouldn't amount to everything, when you put your mind to it, you can get your hands on anything. Opinions vary across the country. Victoria Police Minister Shane Patterson believes that departments under his portfolio should be allowed to target children as young as 10 years old, which goes to show that Prince Andrew isn't the only man in the Commonwealth who likes his kids in handcuffs. Meanwhile, in Queensland, a 17-year-old has been bailed out on his 94th charge of carjackings, which gives our producer the shits because he got a $550 fine for going a mere 7 k's over the speed limit. For that price, he clearly should have been out snorting coke and mowing pedestrians. Even The Guardian reports that in May 2023, Queensland, and I quote, was one of the worst violators of children's rights in the justice system. Well done, Queensland. To understand more of the issue, Foundation Professor of Criminology and Justice and Criminal Justice with Griffith University, Professor Ross Hommel.
G'day, Aiden.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you. Yes, welcome, welcome. Okay. So, should Victorian police have the right to bash a 10-year-old?
Is that a leading question?
No.
Let's leave the word bash out of it. Okay. Your question is about the age of legal responsibility for being able to attribute to someone criminal intent. The answer is that in Australia, in all states at the moment, and territories, it's 10 years of age. That is, it's as young as 10. Gotcha. It's 10 in Queensland. There are actually 10-year-olds in watch houses and in detention in Queensland.
So should we...
Not very many compared with the 16 and 17-year-olds, yes. But we have the legal power to lock up 10-year-olds.
So should we start maybe in primary school, introducing children to prison? You know, class visits to the local prison house, watch house.
Okay, well, that's a really good question. There was a famous intervention program in the US that started about 30, 40 years ago called Scared Straight. The idea, yes, you've all heard of this. You send high school kids or even older primary age kids to the local prison, and they get the biggest and the toughest crims to growl at these kids and say,
gotcha. Yes.
Go straight or you'll end up like me. Now, in fact...
how long was that, 20 years?
Oh, this bright idea was implemented at least 30 years ago.
So this was before the time of TikTok. Would you say maybe banning TikTok is a solution?
It was almost before television.
Gotcha.
TikTok has nothing to do with it.
So it's Snapchat.
But what actually... I can tell you're studying media. Let's move our attention to the real world for a minute.
Okay.
Do you know what the result was with Scared Straight?
What was the result?
Does everybody know the result? It increased the crime rate. It was a brilliant intervention.
Well, I have an intervention in mind. When I was a young child, my mother caught me smoking a pack of cigarettes. So, as a result, she brought out all the cigarettes and made me smoke them. If a child steals a car for say, maybe we should make them steal a car park full of cars. Really teach them a lesson, would you say?
Teach them a lesson.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you mentioned primary schools. Let's start young. Let's treat our children as being worth something.
Yes.
Am I allowed to be at all serious on this chaotic comedy
hour? It's a state of chaos here, my friend.
Well, to be just a little bit serious for a moment.
Yes.
Do we care about kids as young as 10 who are out in the streets with older brothers and sisters and their peers doing dangerous things and sometimes endangering the lives of other people?
Yes.
Do we care? Okay, if we cared, we'd be doing stuff when they were 4 years old or even before they were born. A third of kids in detention, or more than a third in WA, are suffering from what's called fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. They're brain damaged because their mothers drank alcohol. So
just before, Queensland was one of the worst. They were bashing kids in the youth. Maybe Queensland.
Well, it's not a question. Look, actually, the reality
unfortunately, we've just run out of time, my friend.
Try and be serious on a comedy hour, and what's the point?
Well, a final statement: no hat, no play, no court, no play. With youth crime a concern across the public, we bailed out our streets reporter, Edward, out of youth detention to ask him some hard questions about youth crime. Plus, it's part of his community service.
Hi, my name is Edward Hill. Today I'm on the streets of Brisbane to see what people think about youth crime. So, what do you think about youth crime?
Youth crime? Youth crime. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Youth crime. Oh wow, you're really putting me on the spot here.
I haven't really thought about it too much, but I do know it's in the news quite a bit. Maybe I should read up on it.
You should.
I really think youth crime, like, oftentimes it starts with the way people grow up.
I think we need more of it.
Very true.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
I think youth crime is a big problem, and it's become worse and worse, I think, more recently.
Well, Hans says that everyone should give it a try once in a while.
People shouldn't be resorting to a life of crime. That's basically all I have to comment on that.
Do you think the energy drink Prime makes mass murder more popular?
I haven't tried Prime yet. It's interesting. Do I think it makes mass murder more popular?
Yes.
I don't know. I would have to see the research. There could be a correlation.
I've never heard of the drink, but I don't know what it does, but maybe it has a hand in it. I don't know.
Well, I don't know what the prime drink is, so I don't know.
Oh.
But I know Red Bull does, because it gives you wings.
It does.
So it's easy to commit murder with wings, because you can usually get away.
Prime, like the Logan Paul drink, Prime the drink. I personally would say no, but I can see how the hype would cause people to go a little bit crazy about that, so yeah.
Why do you think youth commit crime?
Ooh, tough question. Well, I think it just depends on, like, the circumstances of, like, you know, their upbringing.
Just either out of desperation or the environment that they grew up in. A lot of the times it's just the hand that they've been dealt. They just have to resort to that lifestyle because there isn't any other lifestyle they can go to.
Would you give me a picture of your keys?
Would I give you a picture of my keys?
I'll 3D print it.
No, I probably wouldn't. No.
Unfortunately, this is the end of Little Big Talk. Well, I gotta commit some crime. Edward Hill out!
Honey. Honey.
What?
You always do this. Nothing fucking ever changes.
Come on, I can fix this.
No, I'm fucking over it. It's selfish. This always happens and I can't live like this anymore.
Come on, this isn't you.
What do you mean this isn't about me? This is about our son. What you're doing isn't healthy and it's destroying our family.
I'm sorry, it's not like you're perfect either.
You must be fucking joking.
Where are you going? You seriously just leaving?
Please don't go, Dad.
One of the greatest things about being on the show isn't the continued abuse we go through from the show producers, but being able to get out into the real world, push ourselves to the limits, and try something new.
That's right. In our next segment, Presenter Roulette, producers put presenters in uncomfortable situations doing something they don't want to do. For the first one, we drew straws. Then we just picked Aiden anyways because Aiden is shit at driving cars. More specifically, he's never driven a manual car before, so producers thought, why not send him in a manual car to the Ipswich CBD?
When it comes to learning to drive, I couldn't think of a better place to do it than right here in Ipswich. I mean, after all, it is the car theft capital of the country. You'd figure people here know how to drive. But we're not here for any of that today. No. We're here with friend of the show, Ian, to learn some manual driving. How are you, Ian?
It's Ain.
Ain? Okay, let's drive.
No, you stalled it already.
Some shifting. Got to avoid school zones. I'm not legally allowed to drive around them.
2 hands on the wheel as much as possible.
2 hands. The cheeky finger. Up.
What was that?
Fucking. Oh my god. Good ladies here in Ipswich.
I'm married. I think I know where the safety injecting room is. Do you want to drive past now?
Yeah. Fuck off. Yeah, man.
Holy fuck. No, he doesn't stall!
Oh, that was a bit rocky. I'm glad you're having a party. Are you sure you're not from Woodridge?
Woodridge!
Don't drop hackies in the driving school car.
Is there like a McDonald's around here or something?
There is.
Ice cream cone from McDonald's.
Is that why you're not allowed near schools?
Hey, don't emphasise.
Watch for the pedestrians.
No, I didn't.
Oh, this bloke needs lessons on how not to stall a car. Can you help him?
Did you bring your wallet? Watch this takeoff. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Yes. Beautiful. Well, that's all today from Presenter Roulette. Thanks, Ian from Helpful Driving. Ain from Helpful Driving. Here in Australia's capital of hit and run. We'll see you back in the studio.
That was better than expected, but good to see it really changed so much.
No, I was a bit surprised there. They seem to have cut out my incident with the school crossing.
What is up with Griffith and their censorship?
I'll uncensor it right now. I'm still taking children's fingers out of my radiator. So there you go.
A true expert in your field.
I wouldn't be too quick letting you shit, Kent, because now, straight from Gaythorne RSL Bingo Room, we have a wonderful spin wheel graphic and a completely random algorithm to select next episode's Presenter Roulette.
It's Tam. Good luck to you.
Tam, what's your fear that the producers are no doubt organising for you to challenge yourself in?
Well, Ken, who knows? I have a fear of heights. Like any height, I'm honestly a pussy anything more than 5 stories up.
Well, a range of possibilities for you then, none of which are probably possible with the budget we have, so I'm sure some shitty challenge will be heading your way.
No doubt.
And sadly, that's it for States of Chaos, but before we finish, it's time to check in with Zeph. Mate, you got a song for us tonight?
I do, yeah. You know, I'm getting myself prepared for the big fight this week, so I'm just getting some new material out.
Sorry, what big fight?
You know, the fight, the battle. Like, you know, got to train hard, push myself to the limits.
Yeah, sure, no one actually cares. That's great. I'm so thrilled to hear this song, as is everyone else, right? Yeah,
we are.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, right. Well, this is a song I wrote a little while ago with my mate Al. It's called Pressure on a Billionaire. Have you heard the tale of billionaires in space? Aboard their rocket with a smile on their face. They fly up to the stars with dreams so grand. But wait till you hear what's lost in the sand. Submarines imploding, billionaires in space. This wacky combination, with a smile on our face. They reach for the heavens, but things all go to shit. PlayStation controller and a shitty cockpit. The submarine, 3,000 meters below, exploring the oceans where few dare to go. But one little mishap, the engineering sucked. No warning, no notice, they all were fucked. Submarines imploding, billionaires in space. This wacky combination puts a smile on our face. They reach for the heavens, but things all go to shit. PlayStation controller and a shitty cockpit. Elon Musk and Branson and Jeffrey Bezos too. Their space adventures are quite the to-do. With a wink and a nod, then on a joyride. It's all fun and games until a billionaire died. Submarines exploding, billionaires in space. This wacky combination puts a smile on our face. They reach for the heavens, but things all go to shit. PlayStation controller and a shitty cockpit. PlayStation controller and a shitty cockpit.
That's all from us. Thanks so much for tuning in, and be sure to tune in again on Monday night for another episode of States of Chaos.
Thank you for joining us.